Hey friends, Big River again. It's Wednesday, May 6th, about 11 in the morning. This is a second video I'm making out here at Chaco Canyon. I'm kind of being guided to share some of the stories of the Yawanawa. About a month ago, actually exactly a month ago, I was living with them. And a lot of what I learned from them is what I'm seeing here in Chaco Canyon. Um, what makes the Yawanawa strong is their hearts and their connection with the land. Um, just as these people, the Pueblo and the Hopi, called this home 1,000 years ago, those people are alive and well. Same thing with the Yawanawa. Their main village that they called home for 1,000 years is vacant right now. The only people that live there are people in shaman training. The actual people themselves have moved to another place. 5 different villages. The original village sits empty for the most part, just like this, because they have the confidence to move to a different place and start over. So I just wanted to share how impressed I was with the Yawanawa, because I think a lot of the lessons here in Chaco Canyon are alive and well today with the people of the Yawanawa in the Amazon rainforest in Brazil. The way they live their lives is very interesting, way different than us in Western culture. What we call civilization is barely survival. And the Yawanawa just take what they need every day from the jungle. They just pick the bananas they're going to eat, they just take the fish they're going to eat, the game they're going to eat, and leave the rest. They don't really plan ahead. I mean, they go on hunting trips before they have big festivals and stuff to provide the meat for that weekend, but they really don't stockpile and freeze and stuff like we do, planning ahead, because they know that they will be provided for tomorrow as well. Which is something we fear in the West, right? We're afraid of what the future holds, and that's really not the way we should be living. The other thing I wanted to share was how tight family was in the Yawanawa. They get together every morning at breakfast and discuss what they're going to work on that day, which is beautiful. I mean, there is a chief, Beery, but I mean, it's more of a group decision, right? It's not him like being the boss of the Yawanawa telling them what to do. It's more of a group effort. They all decide what needs to be fixed, what roofs need to be fixed, you know, boat motors that need to be fixed, whatnot, and that's what they work on that day. Then what they do is they work for a couple hours that morning before it really gets hot, and they get their work done. They've got their assigned chores, you know, things like that. And so they work a couple hours in the morning, and during that time the children go to the state-run school where they just learn reading, writing, and arithmetic. And the kids look adorable. They've got their little backpacks on. They run into the schoolhouse, and they're only in school during the morning hours when the parents are working. So there's no real reason for daycare or anything like that. The children are all there. Then late morning, they get done working when it starts getting hot. And the family units just kind of gather and have lunch and kind of rest during the hot period of the day. And during that time, the children are running around from house to house, playing, singing songs. It was just beautiful. The parents are sitting on the porches, visiting, and then when the sun starts to cool down in the afternoon, they work a couple more hours, get to finish up their chores and such. And during that time, the children work with the parents. So, you know, they're learning how to thatch roofs, lay bricks, you know, cook meals, go hunting, whatnot, learning the basic survival skills of living in the jungle. And so, yeah, that afternoon session, they're working alongside the parents. And I just watched that, and I was just like, wow, we could do that. We could easily do that. We deserve like a life like that. The other thing is every Wednesday is family day. They just get together as a family and go do something. The Wednesday we were there, we were invited along with the chief. We went to go visit the sacred tree, and the chief told the stories about the tree, and the children played and sang songs in between, and they brought food for the lunch. We were out there all day. It was a family gathering day, not a work day. And I was really impressed with that, just how genuinely happy the Yawanawa people were. And I'm feeling that vibe here too. These people had it right back in the day when they were called this home, the Hopi and the Pueblo people. And yeah, I just wanted to share that little thing of the Yawanawa today. I haven't told many stories about that, but honestly, the time I spent with the Yawanawa and seeing how genuinely happy those people were and how simply they lived their lives was so impressive to me. And just like here, I'm seeing how the lives here, they're telling me stories of how the lives here were. And I guess I'm being reminded here to share a Hopi prophecy, which was written a couple hundred years before the Spanish came and took over the Hopi. And I gotta apologize if I don't get it 100% right. This is coming out of my head and out of my heart. So I might get some of the words wrong, but basically they knew that trials and tribulations were coming. They said this great strife was coming, and that in the future that all the tribes of the world would get together, not just the Hopi, but all the tribes of the world would get together and help the earth go through its transition. And that group of people were called the Rainbow Tribe. And I want to say that was written around 700 AD, 800 AD, around the time people lived here, which is probably why I'm being told to share that story. Just the insight. I mean, they knew that the trials and tribulations of the people were coming. The way the Hopi live now is not at all the way they lived 1,000 years ago. They're kind of meshed into this culture. But what's interesting to me is, and what ties this in with my Yawanawa story, is the Yawanawa have started to open up their doors to Western people and sharing who they are. And just like I do other things with other Native American tribes, they've kind of opened up their knowledge to other people. This is the time of when all this knowledge is being opened up. The knowledge of the Yawanawa, the knowledge of the Navajo, the knowledge of the Hopi, the Pueblo, the Cherokee, back home, the Oneida people, the Potawatomi people. These great nations of people have some great knowledge that they're really opening up to everybody. So this is the time of the Rainbow Warriors, and I just wanted to share that. I know I keep saying that. I don't have video editing software, so I'm glad you're patient and watching this with me, sharing this memory with me, sharing the what's happening out here. Everything is alive and well out here. The stories are alive and well out here. The spirits are alive and well out here. The people have left. They come back and visit. They pick up this knowledge. This knowledge is still here. And if you get a chance, come out to Chaco Canyon. It'll be worth your trip to spend a couple days out here and walk in the footsteps of what the nowadays people, the Hopi and the Adobe people, called home 1,000 years ago. All right. Thanks for sharing this time with me. Aho.